Isaac Scott Hathaway was an American idealist and artist. Although left out of the history books, Mr. Hathaway has brightened the lives of many and contributed much to the advancement of African American art. The student ambassadors of Auburn University's Appalachian Teaching Project were tasked with bringing to life the great works of Mr. Hathaway and informing the public of his many contributions to society.
When Isaac Hathaway came around, he was at the father of the beginning of, I would consider, African Americans in art, and particularly in sculpture, and he has been given the credit for being the father of ceramics.
I hope he'll be remembered for having designed the coin that's still the only coin that honors Black Americans. I also hope that they will think about his artwork, his sculptures, his masks, his pottery, and that they will be encouraged to use their imagination.
Mr. Hathaway noticed something that was void in the art world, and it was many African Americans missing, so he decided to play a part in it. Now because of him, we can go and look at sculptures of African American artists as well, like Booker T. Washington, Frederick Douglass, and because of him, we can also know our history as well.
It was, I believe, a company out of Ohio, and they would have given him all this money, and he was like, "No, I don't like their hiring policies. I'm not doing it. I'm not giving it to them." Wow. So that was, he was a phenomenally principled human being, ethical, and certainly we need beacons of light like that.
I think ultimately the sculptures that he left behind, one of our students who was writing for the pamphlet described his work as helping people live eternally on earth.
Through this project, I think it was awesome to see kids get to learn about somebody who was in their own community making a difference, but somebody that they otherwise would probably have never heard of. And driving through Tuskegee, you would never realize that this remarkable man actually lived there and completed a lot of his work there.
Some great memories I've had for this project is just meeting all these different people, learning also about Isaac Scott Hathaway and everything he's brought to Tuskegee.
I really love the fact that he brought ceramics, especially to Auburn University, and that he was brave enough to be like our first African American professor. I think that takes a lot of guts.
What the community could take away from learning about Isaac Scott Hathaway is selflessness on how to promote what it is that makes you, yourself, your community, people around you in your area special.
I guess the thing that struck me as most special about Isaac Scott Hathaway was the responsibility he felt to his work. He didn't feel like it was something that he could do, but it was something that he needed to do. That there was a lack of presence in the arts of African Americans.
Well, Isaac Scott Hathaway, at least to me, is a voice unheard. There are a lot of great people who have done great things in this community that go unheard of, and the Appalachian Teaching Project has helped Isaac Scott Hathaway be more prominent in Tuskegee and have people, realize that he's very important to African American history and culture.
My lasting impression of the project would definitely be just the educational aspect of what everyone has brought to the actual citizens themselves, the students, the senior citizens, the younger kids. Even the kindergartners learned a lot and remembered a lot about his life and who he was and what he did. I think that is what the last thing I remember from this project is just getting the knowledge out to the community is what's really important.
I think Isaac Scott Hathaway's lasting legacy should be that he gave other African Americans an opportunity to learn about influential people that they may not have heard about if it wasn't for him.
I think if Isaac Scott Hathaway knew that we were doing this project today, he would really not want us to focus on him. He would want us to focus on those people that he wanted to perpetuate in marble and bronze. He would want us to focus on those people that he thought were important.
Isaac Scott Hathaway, artist, educator, man of great influence.